What's going on, guys? It's Caleb, and today I'm bringing you an R35 GTR for this week's detail. This GTR is an absolute beauty, and her name is Lucy, and man is she fast, but man, she's got to be cleaned up, and we got to go ahead and do a simple one-stage paint correction using some Sonax Perfect Finish, and then we're going to throw on a ceramic coating. There's a lot that goes into this detail, so I mean, as usual, I'm going to be talking to you guys throughout the video. To get things kicked off, though, we're going to be using P&S Brake Buster diluted 4:1 and my hand pump foam sprayer, as you always see, along with the assorted brushes. It's pretty much the same exact build routine as I've always done in every single video. And before we go any further, guys, please, if you could just take a real quick second to like the video, go ahead and press subscribe and go ahead and ring that bell. Doing any one of those things would help me out tremendously, and I would appreciate it greatly. And without taking any further of your time, let's go ahead and move on to the GTR. While we're still on the wheels segment of the video, I did use an iron cleaner on the wheels for those who do want to know. I didn't record it though because I gotta let it sit for about a minute or more on the wheels and really let it sit in. And I didn't record that mostly because of the battery life and the camera storage and all that other stuff that adds into everything. But I just wanted you guys to know we did decontaminate the wheels as well. And I gotta say, now that the wheels are all clean, man, these things are nice, as well as the color combination with the paint and the calipers. You got orange calipers. I think it just looks sick. With the wheels being completed, now we're going to move to the exterior of the vehicle. The first thing we're going to do before anything is we're going to go ahead and pre-rinse the vehicle, and if you look at the paint as I'm pre-rinsing it, you will see that there are beads and whatnot adding up on the paint, and that shows that the coating that's on there is currently in still good condition, which means we're definitely going to be polishing this thing to make sure that that original coating is taken off before we put our own on there. Now, once I am sure that this thing is completely pre-rinsed and ready to go to a foam cannon, I fill up my PF22.2 foam cannon from Mosmatic and go to town. And I tell you what, the cinematic that's coming up in the section that's right after this, there's a lot going on, and we covered a lot of grounds just in this small little section. So once that's done, I'll cover everything that I did. Actually guys, real quick, before we move into the fancy cinematic part with all the foam cannon and stuff, I am going to chemically decontaminate the car using Griot's Garage's iron and fallout remover. I believe I mentioned the specific product in my CTSV video, which if you haven't seen, I'll go ahead and link it down below, but we use this in order to chemically decontaminate the car of iron and other fallout stuff that can occur and be taken care of with a chemical. It's really good to chemically decontaminate the car because whenever you take your clay bar and you go ahead and clay bar the surface without chemically decontaminating it beforehand, you can pick up a lot more crud in that clay bar that you wouldn't have to otherwise, which in the long run it saves your clay bars, and actually it's really easy to do. You just spray it all over the surface, let it sit for about 2-3 minutes or so, you'll see the paint start to bleed purple, and then you can spray it all off and go from there. After the car has been dried off, we went ahead and pulled it into the garage area so that way I can start polishing it. We are using Sonax's Perfect Finish as pretty much the one step in this process to get out the light scratches, marring, swirls, and also the previous coating that we can put a fresh coating on the GTR. Now in the cinematic, you did see me, I went ahead and foamed it down. While it was foamed, I used that foam as lubrication whenever I went to go use a clay bar, and it worked beautifully, rinsed everything off, and then I re-foamed everything down so that way there was more lubrication for when I went to hand wash it. Ultimately, this pretty much helped to prevent any extra marring or scratching or swirls to happen on the paint. That way there wouldn't be more work added on top whenever I went to polish it. All in all though, let's go ahead and polish this car up, that way we can put a ceramic coating on it and make this thing look immaculate. One thing to be mentioned here is little spots that are really hard to get and most definitely cannot get with my dual action polisher like these hood scoops. I went ahead and did by hand with the polish. These things also have a clear coating on top, so it's like just like on a car, you know, it can get scratches and marring and whatnot, and being able to do this by hand really helps out in the end picture whenever it's really glossy. You know, if you finish the whole car and everything's nice and glossy and beautiful looking, yet your carbon fiber bits and pieces as well as your hood scoops and all these other little miscellaneous things, it's not going to look good, you know. So just like the paint, we're going to go ahead and polish these things and then ceramic coat them at the end of the detail when we go to ceramic coat the entire car.
across the pavement, hoping they will cave in and swallow me whole. Wonder why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me what you sold.
To make sure that the surface is completely clean to throw a ceramic coating on, especially after polishing, I'm going to use CarPro's Eraser. This is an isopropyl alcohol spray that you spray on the surface and wipe off. It dries very quickly, and this really assures you that there's no oils or anything left over from polishing. That way you can put a coating on cleanly and easy. A little bit of this stuff does go a long way, so you don't want to drench the surface with it. You want to spray a little bit into your towel and a little bit on the surface and then wipe it away.
I can see the light but I can also see the bones decay.
And now we put on the ceramic coating. This car looked absolutely awesome. I mean, I'm really speechless with the way it looked. As you guys know, I love blue cars. I really do. My own car is blue. My favorite car is the detailer blue. And this car, once it was ceramic coated, unbelievable, just unbelievable. One thing about ceramic coatings too is that there's a cure time, and throughout that cure time you get more gloss from it over the course of, let's say, 24 hours or so. And when I was applying the ceramic coating, it ended up being nighttime because I started right in the evening. The only thing I could see was the glossiness from the LED lights inside of the garage, and even then I was taken away by just the gloss from it. The car ended up looking great. I saw it the next day and I was like, oh my gosh. And as you guys are going to see, after me putting on the ceramic coating, I am going to put on a layer of PNS bead maker as the topper for the ceramic coating. And man, once that was put on, the results really did speak for itself.
There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light.
Look at that gloss, man. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Especially when you put bead maker on top of a ceramic coating, the results are just remarkable. This car as it is already amazing looking. I mean, it's an R35 GTR, you can't deny it. They are really nice cars, but when you do something like this, you're taking it to the next level of visual appeal that will make people turn their heads just to look at the vehicle. The only thing that's left to do on the to-do list is to put on the tire dressing. And once we throw some McGuire's hyper dressing on those tires, I mean, we're pretty much done here. If you guys want to stick around and look at the final clips with the little cinematic I do at the end of every single video, please stick around and give it a look. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me once again this week. I mean, recently there has been just exponential growth with the channel. I can't describe how it feels, but I can't thank you guys enough. I think we're at over 800 subscribers now, which is insane because about a month ago I was just about to hit 400. And I seriously, guys, thank you so much. If you like the video, go ahead and leave me a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you like this sort of content. If you ring that bell, you'll know every single time I upload a video. Seriously, guys, doing one of those things helps me out tremendously, as I said in the beginning of the video, and thank you all so much, and I hope to see you next week.